Hello, perceptive readers. This is a James Poeartistry consultant moment, and this is on a professional, technical level. It's one of those things that, hey, you know, maybe in the next 100 years or so, or what have you, it just all depends. There are certain boardrooms, so to speak, because you don't hear me talk about it very much at all about my past life of experience of different uh, let me just leave it at that, experiences that I've had in my life. With that being said, now I want to go into still talking about this technical consultant moment. It is one of those times where you've heard me mention my fee for that day, my close of business day. That I would have fully, especially with the persons I'm about to talk about, depending on what value they would have put in the first place just to get me in that room on this subject. Minimum, it would have been $1,000 a day. Okay, that's what I'm saying off the bat. But see, depending on again the way that these persons view others. The way that their employees are well paid. In this case, I would expect much more because of what I'm about to share with you in experience. Okay. Now, in my sidebar on the James Poeartistry Productions website, you're going to see a video, and it's named Jack Ma or Jack May and Elon Musk hold debate in Shanghai. Now, I gave you that title specifically because there are other clips and videos of this discussion they had, in Shanghai, China. And the thing about it is, they made it sound like, if you look at the titles and things, and that's one of my subjects that I talk about, paying attention to hearsay and gossip or what have you, that they made it seem like Jack Ma or Jack May was not as intelligent as he was, and it was making it sound like Elon Musk was schooling him or what have you. So with that statement already being made, as some of you know, I've listened to both men over the years about their view on different matters. More so on the side of Elon Musk. Granted, like I said, I look at the man as one of an innovator, very smart man. Do I have some other ways, or as far as what I would have used Twitter for? Yes, I do. But remember, that's his company now. He bought it out. He's already starting to make these changes. So for, all intents and purposes, and I'm saying this with respect, I feel like he did one of those Blue Star type of deals. If you remember that show from the 70s or 80s, Wall Street or what have you, with that famous speech that Richard Gekko. Don't worry, you're going to see me in my sidebar stuff that I'm going to put in there to help you to see it all together or what I'm talking about. But it's like buying out a company, and when you're talking about buying it, people already realize from your experience that you got the capability to fix, reorganize, or what have you, to make a company profitable again. But since Elon Musk, bought out Twitter, and this is not the subject that I'm going to talk about, but I'm just adding it in here, you see, for this week, because it's been on my mind. Everything that I'm talking to you about has been on my mind really over the past 24 hours. And so sometimes, I say again, the timing is just interesting, but that's another story. So anyway, let me first complete my statement about Twitter. I still remember before, as they would call it, the social justice warriors, or it was found out now for some of them, they were really social injustice warriors, really hijacked Twitter and just took something that was very helpful, easy to use, marketers, affiliate marketers, and stuff like that. Or once they got their niche going, once they got their hustle going, it was working great. And even for someone like myself, who, my website been censored really just from the whole beginning, somehow there was still even glimmers of light at times. You see what I'm saying? That really showed what Twitter could do for my company, for my consulting. Okay. Now, still with that being said, Elon Musk, he bought out the company, the what I call, I'm saying this tongue in cheek, so but what I say again, the company that was overrun with the social injustice warriors, the censorship and things of that nature, and he started making changes. But as I've observed, some of the discussions and changes that he was putting into over the years, not over the years, over the past year, you could see where it was going, but I did not know that he was going to be so bold in actually going ahead and rebranding it all together. That's why I say it's more of a blue star, cut up, sell off, or what have you. It seems really he just bought it out just to shut it down, or as I mentioned, just merged the code right into what he wanted to and totally changed everything. But I know from a CEO perspective, and others, sometimes they say, well, that's how you bring back the confidence. You rebrand at times different companies that and even people that got a bad reputation. Uh, from my point of view on that, I really do feel that once people were already seeing and hearing that some of the persons who were misusing their authority was being, taken out of there, or given their pink slip or what have you, that's what I said before was all that was needed from my side of things. But once again, that's his company. But I still just wanted to mention that, yeah, for all intents and purposes for me, Twitter is no longer Twitter no more. And, he turned it into what you can see is melding with the SpaceX, if you will, type program. I'm sure it's going to work great. No thing on that, but it's black now. It's the white X, and there's other meaning with that or what have you. But I just wanted to once again say my thought on that. See, that's a side thought. That's not what this moment is about. But I just told you I felt I wanted to throw that one in there. Now back to the Jack May discussion. I haven't listened to the full 40-some minutes discussion, which I told you I'm going to do today. I'm actually doing a lot of technical stuff today, so it just falls right in line with my processing at this time. But here it is. I look at, like I said, Elon Musk in a respectful way, like the Richard Grieco of Wall Street, and I'm saying it in a respectful way, and I think that's what his name was. And I look at Jack Ma in this type of scenario, like John Henry, that famous story, a book of the man who, and this is old cultural, you see, black man, strong man with a sledgehammer and everything, who was digging mines, and they brought along an engine, a new steam engine that could, dig the tunnels faster, better than man, you see, and things of that nature. Okay. Jack Ma, from some of the quotes that I've heard that he's made over the years, it seems like that's his whole motivation for many persons, for students and graduates and things of that nature, where he is also basically saying, don't lose your mental and intellectual, and see, I'm going to throw in, because it's a key point, and spiritual processes of your mind to the machine or beast. Okay? To the machine or beast. Some people will say the AI. Okay? So that's the way I look at them. And see, I mentioned John Henry because of the simple fact. And see, this really does prove the point. At the end of most stories, the way it's told, John Henry did beat the machine. He did beat the steam engine. See, after a while, the steam engine was even having problems from mechanical problems. You see what I'm talking about? Mechanical problems when those came about and things of that nature. And John Henry broke out into the light. But the way that the end of the story shows, it still took everything out of him, and he didn't return home, you see. So you know what happened. He won, but look at what cost. And see, and that's what I'm here to tell you today, for some of the ones who were making statements about Jack Ma and Elon Musk, that neither one of these men are stupid. Neither one of them. They each was taking it from an angle of what they were talking about. So what is my angle of it all? Well, you're going to see it on the sidebar today of the James Paulson Productions website, but I'm going to stay in the beginning what my angle, if it is, on it. AI, to me, see, one of the things that Elon Musk said is that, there are a lot of people even creating and adding stuff to AI, and they think they're smarter than it, but he's saying, but they're not. And I know what he means by that. What I'm just going to say is those calculations that an AI can do, and the way that it has mimicked humans and observed them, unlimited access and data to the smartest human beings on the face of this earth, to the kindest human beings on the face of this earth, to the deepest spiritual level human beings on the face of this earth, with the processing power that the AI has now really are worldwide. Yes, it can run those processes even quicker than what, the synapses will go at times. It will know to think about something a lot quicker while, we may be sitting back, mulling over what our next song going to be about, what our next writing is going to be about, our next book going to be about. And see, the thing about it, we're enjoying the process, are we not? So what may come to a whole week of meditation, talking it out, coffee conversations, etc., which can all be a very enjoyable experience over the course of a week of longer. The association, the socialization, etc., the research. The AI will do all of that in less than 1/1000th of a second. But see, here's my thought. Where's the life in that? No disrespect to the capabilities of AI. None at all. No, it's good that it can do that. But see, here is what I want to talk about again on the side of Jack Ma. From the few quotes that I've seen him make as well, he is still basically saying to be human, to have our humanity is still way better than being that efficient. You see, in a lot of areas. You've heard me also state about love, which humans have. You see, love, which humans have, does not sacrifice their love itself for the sake of efficiency. And see, and that's what's been the argument when the way that persons have used AI at times to see what makes the company run efficient, what makes the do this and that. So if we calculate and get rid of these people on this level or that level or what have you, and the AI will do it. You see what I'm saying? The AI will do it. You know, some of the persons that will be let go because of the way that it came out in the machine work are some of the same people that still brought and kept the humanity in a company, who even in their slowness of thinking at times still taught the other humans around them love, patience, and kindness, which produce still a better product, more than an aesthetically pleasing looking product, but a product that really had spirit in it. You see, here's the thing. Somebody was mentioning, and I'm going to bring this to a close. So, somebody was mentioning, and because you heard me talking about natural writing, and I've already given an example of a school, with some school teachers who would now be rolling over in their graves, the way that, some of the writings are going today, that even just in the spelling area. And it certainly, it's encouraged me to start getting my homonyms and everything else to work on those even more and not be as relaxed as I've been over the past several years now, because I felt like I was always writing against the clock. I don't have that much of that feeling anymore. So I really want to work more and more on my proofreading and everything that I really do, because of the state of the world of persons losing even the ability to spell correctly, to write a basic sentence. It's one thing, as I mentioned, in fiction writing or, your style and your flair. But when it really boils down to technical writing and stating, hey, here are the facts in this sentence, everybody should be able to write a complete sentence if that's what they going for, to relate facts so people really understand what's going on. No memes here or anything of that nature. But that's a side note. But see, getting back to the capabilities and things of the AI, yes, everything that we do, the AI can do, and do it even faster. You see what I'm saying? In so many ways, it's been proven. I'm not talking about how they, when they break down the brain and shows that our brain can actually process or do things that even a computer can't do anymore. Where I really do believe, I told you, with the type of technology that they're using, and you're going to see what I'm talking about, it is doing something now on that level that I just don't think the public really knows about. But I'm not going to talk about that either. What I am going to continue to say is the humanity, the ability to still apply scriptural, spiritual ways of treating people instead of looking at them as just maybe a cog over here or a widget over there. I know that's what, they've continued to design the AI, to do these robots and stuff like that, but all the same, sometimes humans will do things that go all against logic. And yet that going against logic would actually be the right thing to do. To try to program something like that into AI, I just think is dangerous. I really do. I think it's good for automation. I don't care too much for all the writing prompts, and that's where I was getting at, where people are using today where they can just tell the AI to write this, and next thing you know, the AI has written the perfect paper, but all that was still based off of the AI observing this and that and this and that. And so now we got a lot of people who are at a disadvantage, and this is what the person was saying. Now what they're going to say about plagiarism and stuff like that. And, in the way that it was said, the way that I saw it, I said, see, this is one of those legal means that already, I'm sorry, I'm going to straight up say, where somebody is already thinking crooked on how they can steal somebody else's creative work and then say, it was the AI that wrote it. I know that's what's coming if it's not already being done. But all the same, you know what the spirit was of what you were doing in the first place. So, still, the spirit, as I mentioned before, the humanity, the love not looking for loopholes to hurt someone, the love does not sacrifice love for the sake of efficiency. All of that, the spirituality, the ability to do something that even goes against all logic and yet be the right thing. That's what humans who are practicing and developing their spirituality, that's what we still have. And granted, in a physical way, hey, we wither after 80 to 140 decades or what have you. But hey, with the technology, medically and things of that nature, I told you, even before God intervenes and brings us back to perfection to be able to live forever, humans are working on or have worked on things that have greatly improved the quality of life to still, if we wanted all of us to be over 100 some years old and be feeling like Moses, but that's a different story. So with that all being said, I mentioned what I view from what Jack Ma has mentioned, stated, shared, and I mentioned the point of view of what Elon Musk has stated, and shared. And what I just feel that with AI, I believe certain things are just plain sacred. I really do. Certain things are just plain holy. And by not going there, crossing that sacred or holy boundary into what I really would consider the true God, whose personal name is Jehovah area, that you know what? We just leave it alone with that. But I know some people don't believe that. So anyway, this was my thought on the matter, is that AI can certainly process everything a lot quicker, or something that we would take a week or more through savoring the moments and the enjoyment of life. You see, but that's the whole point. Life isn't as efficient as we want our computers and automobiles to run. Because why? It's a different realm. It's a different dimension altogether. And it belongs to us as humans, not to mechanical things, not to processors. And it's no disrespect for the creators of such. This was a James Poeartistry Consultant moment. Have a wonderful day.
You have just listened to the Perceptive Readers Podcast. Remember, until next time, if you read something that encourages you to improve or enhance your life for the better, it becomes your reality.